That's odd. No. Hmm? Sorry, guys. Hä? Yeah. Well, maybe it's gonna get better later. I think we had it like this, maybe. Possibly. Who's this on? Looks the same. I don't know. Okay. All right. Welcome everybody. Okay, my camera is like super dark. That's not cutting it. Wait. Ah! Wait, did I have this maybe? Whoops. Yeah, okay. Is that better? Unsure. Okay. I think this is brighter than before. At least it looks to me like it's brighter. I don't know if that's real or not. No idea. Because yeah, Zach used my camera and he just changed all of the settings and I don't have any recollection what my settings were. So I think this is how my settings were, but really unsure. But well, anyways, we're just gonna try it like this. It's gonna be fine. So give me one more second. So I have the stream manager up and then okay, now I'm ready. But welcome guys, how are you doing? Welcome in the new year. Happy New Year to everybody. Happy New Year to you too, Asta. 1, 2, 3. Oh, what do you mean? It's so beautiful outside, by the way. Wait, I want to show you guys a picture of what I see right now. It's so snowy. Like, do you see all the snowflakes? Like, can you see all those snowflakes? It's so pretty. Yeah, that's so cool, right? Like, we didn't have like snow on Christmas. And really, like, we had like it was snowing like once before, and that was it. But only for like I don't know, like a few hours, and it instantly melted away. And now, 2 days ago, actually, it snowed really much. And since then, we had like amazing snow. And like it's snowing the entire time, it's staying. But it's not too cold outside. It's like sort of like German cold. Like it's not as moist. The wind is not as strong. And so it's actually like really pleasant. Like you can just go outside, you can cycle, it's like fine. I do have to say it's quite like slippery. So we were cycling yesterday and it was an adventure, but I don't know. It works fairly well. Like it's fine. Like you can't like I wouldn't go with like an e-bike with like 25, like for sure not. But if you just cycle like sort of slow medium speed, it's like really fine. You send it all to me, you don't like snow? Oh, well, I'll take it, you know? You got like mud snow mix? Ah, so like really wet snow? Yeah. We only have that like on the street, right? But like apart from that, it's like really, really amazing snow. Yeah. And hi, Fluffy. Welcome, welcome. But if you live in a def end, they will not put salt on the roads. It's slippery as hell. Yeah, exactly. Like for us, like some of the cycling paths actually like have not been cleared at all. So like if you want to go to the train station, there's sort of like a last bit where you need to like where usually like there would be a street for like cars back and forth, and then there's like cycling paths, which are doubling down as sort of like walking paths as well, like on the left and right, but they're like fairly slim. And yeah, they didn't clean them at all. No, it's like full on snow there, so we were just going on the yeah on the road. You like my accent? Thank you. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Actually, let's get to the mental health part. How's everybody doing? Like, how was your New Year's? Did you get safe and sound into the new year? Or was it a shit evening? For us, it was a really well, how can you even describe this? Eventful evening, I guess? You're a 2 out of 10. Hmm. Your dog was so scared and you were super busy comforting her. Oh, yeah, we were with our neighbors and their dog is also like really, really scared. Like their dog is a rescue dog from I don't even know where actually. I forgot. Um Anyways, like he's a rescue dog and he's really, really scared. And apparently he was like living outside, like on a chain the entire time. So I sadly believe, like knowing humans, like that he was just like bothered with these with fireworks where like back when he lived there. Because yeah, it can be like really, really quiet, like even on like TV or something. And he's gonna like start to shiver and everything. So since the break here in the Netherlands, and all the school kids being home and stuff, he was getting like sort of like some type of like heavy medication to like calm down, you know. It didn't fully do the job, sadly. Like even with the heavy medication, he was still like really scared. At like sort of the so at 12, they actually like they have sort of like a weird like sock situation thing for his ears, um, to like put that on as well. And then he was just like with us the entire time, but it was fine. Yeah, I think probably most rescues have like troubles with fireworks. Like I don't know, like if you've had to be outside while New Year's, I feel like anywhere as a dog or a cat or any type of animal really, you probably are traumatized from fireworks. Shop return is shitty. New York, I feel bad for my dogs. Mm. Yeah, New York, there's probably like lots and lots of fireworks, right? Like for us, this is apparently the last year where like well, it's not apparently, like this is the last year where fireworks are like allowed. I'm actually not entirely sure um how they criminalized it. So I don't know if you can't, like, if you can just not buy it here anymore, or if you're also like not allowed to use it. But I just know that technically, like, something around this was like criminalized. So next year, like, probably is going to be less. But yeah, I don't think exactly like you say. I don't think it's like gonna like go away fully. Like fireworks are so loved by some people, like they just gonna do it anyway. Oh, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Yeah. But yeah, I do think it's gonna become less. Like I don't like again, like I don't know how it was criminalized. But I definitely think it's gonna be less than before. But yeah, our like here was like really eventful. Somebody like I don't know who, but somebody literally burned down like 5 cars on like New Year's. Yeah. And like from a friend, I know that somebody burned down a car there too. So I don't know what's going on in the Netherlands, but like people like to burn down cars on New Year's. Yeah. Like we literally have people in our building who are like, on New Year's, I'm parking my car somewhere else because like this place is not safe for it. And yeah, so the last years there was like it was like no car usually, or like no car directly where we live. But like a few years back there's been like 1 car. And yeah, like this year it's been like 5. Yeah. So it's crazy. Yeah, I live in the Netherlands. Yeah. Oh my god. And welcome, social. God bless you too. You were on a call? I'm doing well. I'm doing really well. Am I dumb? But that's Irish accent, right? I have no idea. Like honestly, I don't know because I'm literally like I come from Germany and now I live in the Netherlands. And my accent is from like anything I watch online. So it really I don't know, like sometimes I sound like really British and then other times I sound like absolutely American. And then I have a phase where I watch like Australian YouTubers and then I sound Australian. So yeah. My accent is like all over the place. Oh, damn, Esther. Like she was actually fine, but then 2024, jeez. I hope the kid learned something with the animal shelter. Like I do think that like the animal shelter is definitely a good idea to um teach somebody some like or to give somebody some connection to these animals and just sort of like treat the root cause of the behavior. But yeah, in Amsterdam, like, have you heard of that, Asta? In Amsterdam, apparently, like the church caught on fire, like a really really old church, and it couldn't really do anything because it's like so high up. So like half the church just well burned and like sort of fell together and stuff. So, yep. I was 10 minutes outside and was hit 5 times. I live in a war zone on New Year's. Oh Lord. I'm glad you're okay, right? Like you're okay, Fluffy. Rest in peace, all the fingers lost on New Year's. Oh my lord. Yeah. I feel like honestly, like fireworks are like the kids' fireworks. Really understand why kids like them. Um, because it's just sort of like I don't know, like chemistry class experiments. You know what I mean? Um, but like these like really big fireworks, which like also like just go boom, like they don't make any like colors or anything. Is a thing where I'm like, we just like we call them fireworks, but essentially we throw hand grenades on the street because we think it's funny. Um, And honestly, that's not even like really incorrect, because like the power some of these have, like the amount of like black powder they have and stuff, is sometimes so insanely high, that it's just literally like you just, you know, you just bought a hand grenade online, but you call it firework. I don't know. The family is good. Yeah, I think my family is good. I actually, so I wasn't with my family. My husband didn't have any vacation days left, so we stayed in the Netherlands, while my family is like celebrating in Germany. So that was a little bit sad. And from what I heard, my grandma was actually like not like, I thought my grandma would like celebrate because she also lives there. So I thought my grandma would celebrate New Year's with my family. But apparently she didn't, like she tried to reach out, but like nobody like called her back and stuff. That was like weird. Like, and in the beginning she was like, ah, it's like fine. I don't really care about like New Year's, like only Christmas, and like Christmas I was there, like it's fine. Like she really tried to sort of like make her peace with that situation. But then later on you just sort of like noticed how she feels like a little bit lonely. So I was texting with her the entire time, sort of like updating her on our day, and like um yeah, giving her that like sort of connection, or like trying to be there for her in that way. But how about you, Socialland? Yeah, you're from Rotterdam. Yeah, I thought you might like have heard from that, or like because I know that like my neighbors are like really into like New Year's news. But yeah, I'm like, nah. Hello, the one and only. Welcome, welcome. Good afternoon, after self. And hi, Anton, welcome. What? There's a video where they compare Dutch New Year's with ISIS with all the bombs they make. Jesus. Yeah. Well, depending on like how many people die on New Year's because of like accidents with like fireworks, it's like New Year's is really like it's a celebration, and like I get this. Like a lot of people like just think about like, oh, I'm gonna be with my friends and we're gonna celebrate New Year's, like so excited. And you only see like the celebrational part of it. But it's honestly a day where like try you should really try and put some effort into staying safe. Like I personally, like when I know I have to go somewhere where there's like fireworks or I could be hit with fireworks, I always check that I wear stuff which is made out of cotton nearly entirely. Because if you then like walk around in like polyester, you're gonna be the next firework. Like this is it's all gonna like melt down and like melt to your skin and stuff. It's like really nasty. So yeah, I like thick jackets and stuff like this. Really important to stay safe on New Year's. I just saw a group have been hit by a rocket, like 8 to 10 people just straight up targeted. That's so insane. I don't, yeah, like we can be happy that like guns are not legal in our countries, I feel like. Because people are not, like, they don't grasp the responsibility they have in that moment. They really don't. We actually made oliebollen on New Year's. They were really nice. Hmm. That's really nice, social and I think it's a really good way to remember somebody. I feel like anybody who dies is more interested than the people who are like still left are like fine, right? And like remember them in a good light and like the fun moments and stuff. I think like in that way, like I really like the way how different cultures treat death. Um, because I think it was the like on the Philippines where people also like are really way more focused on the like celebrational part. And like dance and like wear like colorful stuff and things. And I think that's a really beautiful way to let somebody go. I sat in a stable at midnight New Year's. Wasn't fireworks and walked together. Oh, I bet. So you just sort of had like horse, well, like keeping an eye on the horses, like trying to calm them down in a way. Jesus Christ. Yeah. It's just annoying. I had fireworks for like 3 weeks now. Gets old really quick. Yeah, there's also still fireworks here, but it's really like it's only the like boom fireworks, not the like colorful fireworks. So it's like honestly like only the annoying part of the fireworks. Um, but yeah, I don't know, like the kids really love it. Like they always throw them into like the because we have like sort of like underground garbage bins, which are well made out of metal, and they always throw them in there, and then it makes like a really really loud boom, right? Well, I'm just sort of like I wonder, like because it's loud here, right? Like within my apartment, like I'm not even like the it's on happening on this side. To this side, there's like two rooms between me and the outside. And then there's like the whole stuff outside. And then where they blow up, whatever they blow up, right? And it's really loud. It's really, really loud. So I'm low key like, how much hearing do they have left? Considering they're close to that noise they're making. Like, I don't know. But like, can't be much, right? Nice, Oshland. I'm glad. If they get too stressed, they can die. Oof, okay. So for horses, it's sort of like worse probably because they have like a bigger heart, right? Or is it the same for like is this sort of like it can also like happen well, but I don't hear this happening to dogs often. But I'm not sure. I also don't have a dog, so might just that I'm like not informed about that part. Yeah. They fired up everything. People have too much money, not gonna lie. Have you like in the radio, they always interview people how much they have spent on their fireworks? There's people spending a couple thousand on fireworks. I live in sort of like a rich neighborhood. Even if the house I'm living in is not rich, like the house I'm living in is the shithole in the neighborhood. But the neighborhood is hella rich. So you can imagine like what you find next to the trash bins like the day after. There's like batteries which are like this big or something. Where it's like Jesus Christ, like back in the day where I bought fireworks in like, when I was like 10 or something, you know? Like this would have cost a fortune. Like now you need to, I don't know, like spend like sell a liver or something to be able to afford that. Like that's crazy. Yeah. And welcome, Juvie. Life is good. How about you, Juvie? Yeah. Hmm. Okay. I don't know what you mean, Soshland, but sure, I guess. Always remember to stay respectful. Yeah, so receipt for over 8K. Jeez. Maybe nihilist. I don't know. I can't relate to that, honestly. Like, I don't know. Like, I understand the like I can understand why you like fireworks. Like that's something I can understand. But when I say like fireworks, I mean like the stuff which is like colorful. Um, and I can also understand that like with the New Year's you want like one like nice battery or something, which gives like a nice like you only turn it on once and then you stand there with like your champagne glasses and just enjoy the show with your family and stuff. Like I can understand that part. Um, but anything which goes above like 1 hour of like having to stand outside in the cold, it's is a thing for me where I'm like that I don't like how is that not boring at this point? But yeah. I wish they implemented light shows instead of fireworks. The drone shows are so amazing. I would love that. I would love to see one. That would be really, really cool. And you could even like honestly like you could even like uh sort of like change the day. So like in this city it's like on that day and the next city is on the other day. So you can like you have like one person with the drones who's like then like going from city to city. Like even that would be fine, I feel like. I don't know. Mm. 65 and 70 million on fireworks, yeah. And the damages were like I feel like 280 or something like that. I thought I heard a number like this. But like really high. I used to go to Erasmusburg to watch a fireworks show. Yeah, I feel like that would also be fine, right? Like if some people like really, really want fireworks because it's like such a crazy tradition for them or something. Like if a city just like puts like just like like get some like professional person to do like one show which goes like let it be half an hour, and then like everybody can go there and meet up. Like that would also be like nice, no? Like I just don't understand why we need to give like explosives to amateurs. Like I feel like it's gotten a bit too far in that like how like because the kids fireworks are like fine, right? Like nobody really cares, I feel like that's not the like big no-no. Um but yeah, like these big ass fireworks, they're just like they're illegal for a reason. But it's I feel like it's really hard to get a grasp on this situation there. Like they did in the Netherlands. I feel like they controlled some place or something and like uh catch like a lot of like took in a lot of the illegal fireworks. But it was only like a sort of like a small control situation. Um, but yeah, like how would you even implement something like this? I don't know. I feel like the better way to actually go about it is with education, maybe, like really like have sort of like a school program where you educate people like on fireworks and like what the negative effects of those are. Because I feel like some people like really don't understand, like not properly, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's low. Oh, okay. So maybe it was the other way around. Maybe it was 820 or something. I don't know. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, that's also a thing like that people like blow like shoot fireworks at people is so freaking dangerous. But yeah, I feel like most of them like don't really understand what they're doing. I don't know. Like I don't like they don't shoot Am I back? Oh my god, the delay is huge. Okay, yeah. Because I was about to say, like, technically I'm already back, but like the delay is huge. Um, but yeah, anyways, I guess. Yeah. But I feel like there is like I feel like we need to work on the competence of people with fireworks. I don't know. Yeah, exactly, because they're really not a joke. It's explosives, and that's something you need to understand in that moment. It's like when I was a kid, like I also like me and my dad were like sort of like into fireworks. But I don't know, I like it was always like safety first. And it was never sort of yeah, like we make like stupid jokes like throwing that at people, like no, never. And yeah, so it's I don't know, I feel like everybody needs that sort of like introduction or education with fireworks. Um so yeah, I feel like educational programs would be something which work, but mm. Ooh, at some point we actually had a like we had a small battery back then, and my grandpa opened it, and he opened it like a little bit like wrong. Um, and apparently the sort of the power of the fireworks was like so huge that the battery actually fell over. Um, and even though technically it was like sort of on an incline and the battery should have like fell in that direction more easily, and we were standing here, the battery actually fell in that direction and then shot at us. Um, so yeah, we were running. Um, we were running. That was not fun. Yeah. Where did they sell them to you? In elementary school? So, okay, just to make sure we're on the same page here, elementary school in Germany is from the ages of like usually like 7 years old to like 10, 11. That's the age group. Is that the same where you live? Oh my lord. That's insane. Sure. Our society is really funny sometimes, I feel like. We're so contradicting ourselves so often. We're like, oh no, you can't give your kids too much sugar. And then at the same time, but like fireworks. Um, so definitely, like, I'm really, really happy that I would have never have to fear that my dad would like hit me. Um, but yeah, like people do need like consequences and proper education. Like that's what kids really need. Like they need to understand why not. They need to understand the like consequences of their behavior. Because kids are like they don't like properly understand things, right? So like sometimes if their logic is sort of like not properly working from our perspective, it's not working because they lack information. Like they can't make a really like good, like well-informed decision because they just don't have the informations to do that. So I don't know, just properly educating our kids is definitely the way to go. Because then they actually don't do it. Because otherwise they just like do it when you don't look or something like this, you know? Like they need to understand so they're like good humans on their own. Because if they don't understand, they're only good humans if you control them, you know? Because for them, like it doesn't make sense, right? Because they didn't understand. And you need them to like be able to stand behind that decision so you can expect them to actually make that decision on their own as well. Oh. Welcome to something is different. Is it just the jacket or is it that the camera is darker? Because I do think it is. The worst kids with fireworks are boys between 12 and 15 years old. Yeah. I mean, it's like it's not really surprising, right? Like we do have like a systemic problem that that apparently like men show up way like more prevalent in any sort of violence and violent behavior. So it's like that makes sense, right? Like that aligns with the rest of like the other statistics we have. Relax shoulders. All right. And welcome, Depressed Donut. Thank you for your follow. Oh, ice check as well, actually. That's a good idea. Let's all do that. So ice check essentially just means that you look somewhere where your eyes can focus on like a distance. So that should be like it, for example, like can be like the furthest wall in the room. But it like the further away the better. But usually above like 3 meters, it doesn't really matter where you look. But it should be further away than 3 meters. Because whenever we look into like, I don't know, like on our screen, on our phones, we really focus on like a very short distance. And if we do that with like concentration and for a longer period of time, our eyes can actually sort of like cramp up in that position. And just sort of like lose strength in that position. And so if we look outside, we are technically like automatically relaxing our eyes. Also helps with headache, for example. Welcome, welcome. Welcome too. I do think that the numbers are like so obviously one-sided, right? That we can like draw the conclusion there's like sort of like a systemic problem here, which is apparently like sort of like dependent on gender. But yeah, I think we should like treat like any like violent behavior and education around that and proper care for victims way better. And there should be like better consequences if anything like that ever happens. But usually if you look at like any sort of like solution-oriented approach, and that can also be like, for example, like from feminists, it actually like it shows that it also helps men the same amount because it's tackling the problem, sort of like not based on gender. So it's not only helping like women, but it's helping everybody who's who receives any sort of violence. again, I'm not saying that doesn't like happen, right? I like will also point out that actually like what we know about the so for example like uh with like sexual assault, it's like the numbers are also like highly underreported and on like the how you say that the like in Germany you call it Dunkelziffer, which means like the dark number. Um or like the hidden number, I guess you can call it, is like also like really, really high. So what we can sort of like make out of that is that it's generally like getting justice and actually helping the victim is really shitty in our society. And that doesn't really matter for like who. So like we have victim blaming for women, we have victim blaming for like men. So it doesn't really matter for who, but we definitely have a problem with our society sort of like helping perpetrators, what? The harasser, I don't know, instead of the victim. Yeah. But I definitely like I do want to make the point. I don't think it's useful to point out that there's like also like that women also do like commit violence in that moment, because I don't think that's the important part of it. And also like it doesn't help, right? Because it's like only because like women commit violence as well doesn't mean we don't have to do anything against violence, right? And shouldn't like make that process better. So I think it's sort of like diluting the conversation in that moment and turning the conversation into a like who's worse type situation, instead of a situation of like we have a systemic issue and we need to find a solution. Right? Because that's what we're all interested in. Like we want solutions. So we just have to start somewhere. And any sort of like if we tackle like violence at the root issue, we're probably going to tackle it like in general, and it's going to help like anybody. Hi Uguna, welcome. Yeah, no, I entirely understand, and that's a big issue. So I definitely like I understand your point that it's like there's a big stigma around like if like males are the victim, but I'm just saying the problem is like the violence, and we need to do something against it, and we need to do something to help the victim. So it's like even if we focus that on that we need to like build more empathy, it's like specifically in schools, for example, like it would also help like male victims, because then we would like go against like victim blaming, for example. But yeah, like something like this should never happen, and victim blaming is like shitty, like hella shitty in general. Yeah. Like the harassers get away way too much. And there's like so often there's like so much more consequences for the victim instead of the harasser. And not only consequences in terms of like how it like fucks you up mentally, right? But like how like just like societally. Because I feel like talking about this is like really hard. And that's like in general, right? So yeah, exactly. But this is like sadly, this is something which is happening like so often to anybody. And I think like, you know, like I don't know if you're right, and it's like not being believed happens like more to men than like on like percentage wise. Like that the chance that this happens to men is like higher than for women. But I can definitely tell you that like women get not believed and humiliated so often as well, because we as a society we're really shitty with actually advocating for victims and helping victims and respecting them and properly understanding their situation, and just drawing consequences. We're so easy to like try and stay out of it or not wanting to believe it because it would like taint our view of a person or something. And that's just really, really shitty. What's the topic? I think like victim blaming and like, yeah, how our society is like really shitty in like helping victims. I think. And especially in like sexual assault, yeah. So, yeah, but definitely like I see you as that. I'm not trying to like dismiss your experience here or anything, right? I'm just saying you're like not alone, you know? Men would less likely report violence or assault than females because what I know, they believe a female faster than a man. This can absolutely be the case. I don't know any numbers on that specifically, but again, this is not solution oriented in that moment. Because here the discussion becomes like, who has it worse? Like, is it worse for women or is it worse for men? But the conclusion we actually like, which is actually going to help people, is victims have it worse. Like, victims are treated like shit. They have to do with victim blaming. They have to do with like the whole, like the harasser just not like facing any consequences and like leading a perfect life while they have to deal with consequences and the emotional consequences of it. Sometimes not even getting like proper care or anything. And then the societal sort of like consequences of it too. But yeah, that's a thing where like, yeah, men maybe have it like a few percent worse than women in that, but victims in general have it like really, really bad. Yeah, exactly. So the solution is that we need to change something systemically about empathy. And the sort of like the biggest group where we need to start in general is, well, is determined by gender, just because we have statistics on that. It's like not only men or something, but like if we want to use our money like the wisest, we have a really good success rate with starting with that group and then including like the more we can. You're looking to leave Texas and trying to figure out where to move your family, and I'm like, where would be better? That's a really difficult question. Right. I'm honestly at this point like, Hi, Evan. Welcome, welcome. Well, I guess honestly, maybe like in a country with like good healthcare. and then it might be like easier to move with being on SSDIs. Or they should make a task force with police, social workers, and therapists for any form of violence or assault. I mean, sure, that would be a thing as well, but honestly, I think we need to start with education. Like, I think we need to change the mindset of our society. I feel like victim blaming is so ingrained in our society that we really need to change that perspective. And I feel like if we start with kids there, we first of all like help kids to not be in that situation and like ask for help if they ever are in that situation. Then of course we need like sort of any like sort of services which can help with that. But I do think we already have sort of like supporting services. But yeah, I feel like we're not going to be able to pass any major laws or anything if we don't change the perspective of society in terms of this topic. You know what I mean? Because it's still like, yeah, we need to have like people on our side for this. You got some stuff to do, my friend? All right, all right. I'm doing well, and I hope to see you the next time. Bye bye. And thank you for stopping by. You gotta go, Neelis? All right. Take care, buddy, and good luck with your day. Oh no, Ju. Well, I do understand the idea behind defunding the police. Um, and like there's like really interesting articles on this. Where they sort of like explain the logic of this a bit more. And if you read into it, it's actually like really quite interesting take how that would work. I personally just feel like a lot of things have to change with the system we have right now. But I don't think that having a police is necessarily bad. Like I do think it makes sense. But I also think it like we really need to have like good police officers. You know, like we need to have people who are not sort of like who not join the police because like guns and weapons and like I'm like in the like movies, you know. But we need to have people who are also like psychologically like trained, and yeah, who maintain like really good mental health, who like really are connected to the community as well. And this is like a I don't know, in some parts of the world and in some cities it works way better than in other parts, right? Greetings. Welcome, welcome. Hmm. You're a crazy person and you need help? What do you mean by that? How do you need help? But yeah, education is like really, really big. Education is really important and really big. And I feel like what we sort of like see in America, especially, is how education actually turns into essentially into a war zone about like what of like propaganda, let's say, like what people believe, like what history they're being told and stuff like this. Oh, I think Taxing the Rich is actually really good. There's a really cool economist. I think his like channel is called like Gary's Economics. He actually has a lot of videos about like how to tax the rich and stuff like this. So if understanding more about this is interesting to you guys, I would recommend watching his videos and just looking into his message. He actually also went to protest with like fellow rich people in London, and then gave sort of like a what was it again? Like a check to where is it again? How much is that? Can't find it right now. But yeah, they essentially like they went to protest and like in protest like gave the government like a check with like sort of like the tax they would pay. And yeah, it's really nice. I don't really think taxing the rich is good though. I think it's necessary, honestly. But like the laziness like has sort of like a reason, right? Right. So why do you not want to work on your future? Hello, innocent guy. Why is that the case? Have you ever like sort of like thought about that? Because I personally, I honestly, I don't really believe in like laziness, and that a person's just being lazy to the point where they where they like ruin their life. I feel like laziness sometimes comes from just not having like a proper plan, like an active plan, and just sort of